So what's up, people of YouTube? It's your boy Noopside about the Universal Gamer. You know, I was just on some Assassin's Creed 2 on my PC, you know, with the controller, and also on my laptop replying to some comments and, you know, leaving some comments on some videos that I was watching earlier. And it's funny how games has evolved so much to the point that you can't impress nobody anymore. Same thing with movies, same thing with like TV shows. It's like the better and better something gets, the more and more it's hard to impress someone. That even when it comes to relationships, if you're a real good person, a real nice person, friendships and everything, you be real nice, the more and more you are nice and lenient, the more and more people are going to want more. Like the saying goes, you give somebody a foot, they're going to want a mile. And that's how gaming been ever since games have started to evolve to something bigger than people on their PCs messing around with the different things that you can do to create these one-sided or like these little games they started making. Now it's like an in-home household thing you can do. At first it was arcade only, like you couldn't get these games in your household. First you had to, you know, you had to get allowance and spend hundreds of quarters a week gaming inside arcades. It wasn't no such thing as having a console in your house. Now people are so used to having a console in their house to where it's like second nature. They don't even think about the whole span of time that it took from getting consoles from the arcade to your house. They don't understand the whole push that took. Even with that push from arcade to home, the games didn't look as good as it did inside the arcade. But now we're so used to how good games look to where if a game comes out and it looks amazing, it's like, you know, you try to find anything nitpick about and not understanding only 5 years ago games didn't look this good. 5 years ago games didn't have this much detail. 5 years ago games didn't have this much physics, especially consoles, mainly generally speaking. But so I posted a comment on one video. It's a female gamer I watch. I've been watching her for a while. Not like that. And I never really leave. I watch a lot of people channels. I never really leave a comment that much unless it's something that appeals to me or something I want to say, or say, you know, good job or whatever the case may be. Some people I just watch them for information, or I just watch them just because I like their commentary, I like what they talk about, and I relate to what they're talking about. And this is one of those people I kind of relate to exactly a lot of stuff they talk about in the video. And then she was talking about how she felt like just meh about TitanFall, and I'm like. And I didn't think nothing of it at first, and then I just wanted to hear why. And she was saying, well, it's just like all the other games. It's another shooter. It's like Call of Duty. It's just like Battlefield. It's another shooter. A lot of people were rant about that, but I understood where she was coming from. So I didn't really, you know, say anything about that because I understood where she was coming from. But she's like, you know, just the game itself, I just don't understand why people like it so much. It's just meh to me. It's just meh. You know, it's just another shooter. To call it just another shooter, that's what got to me. I'm like, just another shooter? These people, not only did these people get done dirty inside Infinity Ward, these people left to create something outside the box. Same thing with Bungie. They left Microsoft where their contract was up, wherever the case may be. You don't know exactly what happens behind closed doors unless somebody tell you. But these two developers went out and bust their ass to make something different. Now, a lot of people love shooter games, especially Western gamers, as far as the United States, that type of Western. And we love our shooter games. We love our action games. So it's really hard to impress us when it comes to an action game. For example, I love survival horror video games. I love horror movies. It's very hard to scare me at points in time. I may go, oh shoot, like that, but it's hard to freak me out. It's hard to make me go, oh my God, like, it make me want to cut off the game. Like, it's really hard to make me do that because I done played and experienced so much scary stuff to where the more and more I experience, the more and more I come resistant to scariness and stuff like that. So that's just a short example. So same thing with gamers. The more and more shooter games we play, the more and more it's hard to impress us with different loadouts, different attachments, different guns, perks, and all this extra stuff that developers put into their game. They try and do that stuff to make it not just another shooter game, but the more and more they do, it seems like the more and more they're messing up. But really, if you look back, they're not messing up. They're trying to make it more and more appealing without it feeling like the same thing, because there's only so much you can do. You make a game so incredible, it's hard to beat that game. You happen to beat that game, which is double the incredibleness of that last game. It's hard to beat that game. You have to be 4 times or 3 times better than that game, and then you got to be better than that game, and then you got to be better than that game. So imagine this. Imagine if you have a bronze necklace and you want to buy something that's even better. So you buy a fake silver necklace is better than bronze, even though it's just silver plated, you know. And then you go out and buy a silver necklace like a year later, and then a year later you want something better than that silver necklace, so you buy a gold necklace. So you want something better than that gold necklace, so you buy a gold necklace with diamonds in it. So you want something better than that gold necklace with diamonds in it, so you buy a platinum necklace. So you want something better than that platinum necklace, and then think about it. The more and more higher you get, the more and more it costs money to buy these different necklaces, because it got, you know, the material gets more rare and it's just harder to produce and make. So you got a platinum necklace. You want something better than that platinum necklace, you get a platinum diamond necklace. You want something better than a platinum diamond necklace, you get a platinum diamond necklace with a pendant on it. You want something better than that, you get a platinum diamond necklace with a huge pendant on it with a spinning rim and it lights up. You want something better than that, what the hell can beat that? Like, it's harder to beat that. So the only thing you do to beat that is to get two necklaces. It's hard to beat the last thing. It's really hard to beat that last thing. The more and more better something gets, the more and more it's harder to beat. A world's record, I can give you guys analogies all day. Like, I can give you examples all day. That's what I'm good at. A world's record, let's say somebody runs 100 meters at X amount of time. Somebody's going to beat that. This person beats it by 2 seconds. The next person beat it by 1.5 seconds. The next person beat it by 45 milliseconds. The next person beat it by 0.3 milliseconds. The next person beat it by 0.23 milliseconds. The more and more something gets better, the more and more it's harder to beat. That comes with everything. Cars, you know, I watch some people that do reviews on cars, and they saying they don't like how the 2014 Bentley looks, or the Mercedes-Benz or Honda or whatever. It's harder and harder to make something better. Same thing with an engine. You know, manufacturers are trying to find better ways to make engines more better. Now they're trying to move to like what's more efficient. Now it's like, first it was like what's more powerful, what got the better horsepower. Now it's like now it's moved over towards what's better with the mileage, what's more efficient, what's more energy saving, or green, should I say, you know. And manufacturers are being real smart and trying to find ways to make these cars more efficient rather than more horsepower. So same thing with the gaming. It's like graphics can only get so good. So it's like we're still going to focus on the graphics, but how can we make these games more efficient to the player and allows this player to play it for years and years, and for us to keep on putting more content inside of it, so this game can last for a long time instead of just, you know, coming out with a whole nother game. Same thing Destiny is doing. A lot of people are looking at Destiny and saying meh. Like, that's the two games that only a handful of people are saying meh about. Like, how the hell could you say meh about Destiny and TitanFall when those are the two #1 shooters? I might eat my words, but I'm pretty sure I'm not. Those are going to be the two #1 shooters, known as one of the 2 shooters of all time on a next-gen console. Like, people are going to remember those 2 games forever. That's going to be the staple to what other developers got to follow as far as bringing you a next-gen experience, so it won't feel like a last-gen, and putting these technical things into the game to where it actually utilizes a lot of next-gen stuff instead of just, you know, oh, this could have came out on a freaking current gen. Like, they're pushing the envelope on this stuff. I had also said that if these games would have came out 5 years ago, imagine if these games would have came out way before Modern Warfare 2, way before like games like Battlefield and stuff like that, like Battlefield 2 or whatever, way before those games. Imagine if Titanfall and Destiny would have came out then, and it looked as good as it looked now, and it plays just like the same mechanics they're trying to go with. Those games would have been looked at as amazing games. Those games would have sold like hotcakes, but since it didn't come out first and it got so much competition, not because the games that came out before it is utterly amazing, and not saying that they're not utterly amazing, some of them, but I'm just saying it's not just that. It's that now the more and more you wait to have something come out, the more and more it just becomes harder to beat that last thing, all that other stuff that came out before it, you know. For example, Duke Nukem Forever. That game was horrible. The reason why it's considered as horrible is because it was 10-year development cycle, and not just that, is that by the time it did come out, that stuff is old. That's like, the game isn't cool because that stuff like that been out. Like, the way the game plays and looks, it just feels old. Now, if it would have came out right when the 360 launched, then that would have been a different story. Right when the next gen consoles launched, or the current gen consoles launched, and that would have been like the launch game, and it looked how it looks now, Duke Nukem would have been considered as one of the best launch games ever out of almost every console launch. What they're doing with Titanfall is really pushing the envelope on gaming. And inside my E3 video I made giving my impressions of Microsoft press conference, and after they showed Titanfall, I gave you guys my impressions, and I went crazy saying it's a Halo killer and a Call of Duty killer and a Battlefield killer and stuff like that. It's an all shooter game killer. Like, at first I thought I was gonna be eating my words, and I watched that video. I'm like, I'm stupid. Why the hell did I like go off like that and make it seem like this game is gonna be that amazing? And I went back and watched the video again, and I was still amazed by it, because like the little things I can see that's going to be amazing when that game come out. So what really classified it for me and really nailed it and made me know that this game is going to be good is when IGN, game traders, everybody that covered gaming news and got, you know, the upper hand and be able to go and play these games before they come out, they came out of the thing after playing the game recently. And a lot of stuff I've been watching, a lot of people come back from playing that game and say, I was hoping that, you know, when I played the game, it was going to really deliver on what I felt when I watched the trailer and the gameplay trailer or presentation. And after playing the game, I still feel the same way times 2. So these people that's actually able to play the game and felt the same way I felt when I watched the video feel even more better after playing the game. So think about what that tells you. And I'm watching people, I don't watch the people that get paid to talk good about the game. I'm watching people that's actually critics and, you know, have their own personal opinions and that actually play games. And they got excited like me from watching the trailer. After playing the game, they said they even double or triple excited now after even playing the game. And like they said, you gotta actually play that game to understand it. Like, by you watching the trailer, it does no justice. You gotta play the game, and it did justice to me just by watching it. So imagine when I play it. So one dude replied to me to that comment saying that, oh, I felt like meh as well. Like, you know, just because you know, somebody felt meh about it, that doesn't mean they didn't watch the gameplay trailer. Because I said you must didn't watch the gameplay trailer, or you didn't watch the gameplay presentation. I watched it. I still felt like meh. Like, what? I mean, that's what I feel about it. Really? Really? So you telling me Titanfall and Destiny, and the reason I keep bringing up Destiny because people say I'm mad about that game too. You telling me those two games are not pushing the envelope way further than the last stuff that we've been playing? Like, they're busting their ass. What more can they do? I'm so happy that Lucasfilms and George Lucas and whatever sold the license to Star Wars to Disney, because so many people complain about nothing. Like, a Star Wars movie is good, another one comes out, that one's good. You expect the Star Wars, like the other ones are so amazing that you expect it to get better and better and better. There's only so much stuff you can do with a film. You want to keep and I'm busting my ass, and I don't have to. I can just sell this for billions of dollars and continue to make money off of it even though I sold it. That's exactly what he's doing, and that's exactly what he did. And say, f the fans, f y'all. Y'all want to every time I put out something and complain all the damn time, f it, I'm gonna sell it to Disney and see how y'all like that. That's exactly what he did. Or what they did, because I'm pretty sure he's like partner owned. I don't know if it's owned only by him or whatever the case may be, but I know that that shit is Disney's now. They own the license to it, it's their property, whatever. And I really hope they fuck it up. I hope they put some Disney characters inside of it. I hope they do something goofy. People need to go ahead and buy an old console and go back and play some of these older games to understand that big leap. And look at the date of the game when you play those games. Look at that date that it came out. And then go back and play your current gen console. And then you'll see the big step just from these handful of years to now. So I'm guilty of doing the same thing sometimes. I'll be wanting some games to be better. And I'll be wanting some stuff to be, you know, more upgraded. And I'll be fair about it, because like stuff like I always complain about Call of Duty, how it always looks horrible and stuff like that. They need to upgrade their engine. You know, if Battlefield can look like a PC game on a console, now I'm not saying one for one. I'm just saying like how good, even Battlefield 2 on a console looks freaking just stupid ridiculous. Versus Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, like, it looks horrible. And that's the complaints I got. Like, I have like legit arguments. Same thing with Resident Evil. I had an argument saying that. Everybody already know that argument. I'm not going to even get on that. That's why they guilty. That's why they feel guilty. That's why what they say. You know, everybody used to bitch at me about complaining about Resident Evil, but they said it themselves. We're going to go back to the old school Resident Evil style and feel of the game because that's what the fans want and stuff like that. Because they think just because the older fans are old now, are older, that they still don't game. And now they got to cater to the new kids. Really. Anyways, with that said, man, if you think Titanfall and Destiny is meh, leave me a thumbs down, and then at the same time go and play something else that you consider as better than Titanfall and Destiny. And I'm out of here. Peace. Be looking out for my part 2.